Hey everyone, what's up, Whopper? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing Reddit stories. Yeah, I'm going to be reading them. I'm going to be reading r/entitled parents because that's actually my favorite subreddit. I saw other YouTubers like GeoFilms, Fresh, Illuminati, and Sorrow TV doing this, so I decided to do this too. So yeah, let's hope that all goes well and well goes all, and let's start off with the very first story. So this first story is about an entitled mother who gets pissed because her daughter is not as old as the OP or writer. TLDR at the bottom. Backstory. At the time this happened, I was about 14. Due to some issues in school, I had to go through the 7th grade twice, since I failed miserably the first time. Entitled Mom is EM, D is daughter, EM's child, who is actually very nice and sweet. Me, obviously me, T teacher, E employee. It was a regular day, and as you may understand, I don't tend to go around telling everyone, "Hey, everyone, I'm a year older than you because I am horrible at school, and when I was your age, I was home playing games instead of at school." No, I tended to keep that private. However, I wouldn't deny this if someone was to ask me about it. But that never happened, considering I'm about 5'5" with the squeakiest voice, so nobody expects anything. My school was going on a field trip, kind of. Every 7th grader always goes to a place where we can learn about STDs and learn how to have safe shenanigans. Not that we were going to have shenanigans anytime soon, but better safe than sorry. As soon as we are there, we are told that this is a serious trip and that no inappropriate jokes were allowed. That sounds about right. I mean, it would be kind of awful for the employees there if all they heard was female genitalia. Employee. Welcome everyone. Now for simple registration purposes, is this class 7C or 7B? The entire class said 7B. Great. Now I'm going to have to ask all parents and teachers to leave or to wait here while we go into the discussion room, as there might be some rather private discussions in there. Entitled mother. My child can't go in there all alone. Employee. She would not be alone. She would be with about 20 other kids her age. Actually, about that. Has anyone been here before? Now, me being a year older and having gone through the hell that is 7th grade once, I've been here before, and as it is something the 7th grade does every year. Me, slowly and kind of shakingly raising hand. Yeah, I have. Entitled mother's noticing my stutter. Employee, noticing my stutter. No need to be worried. It'll just be easier for you then. Entitled mother. Why have you been here before then? Did he get special treatment? A teacher looks at me. I look at her and kind of nod as in, yeah, it's okay to say it. Teacher. It's because, insert name here, has already been in the 7th grade once before. This is the point where the entitled mother loses her crap. And I do not know why. This was so bad to her. Entitled mother. What? That should qualify him to be a parent. He needs to wait out here. And I'm scared of bits because I do not want to stay out here with the entitled mother who would most likely tear me to shreds. I mean, no, it should be okay, right? Employee. Yes, of course. As I said before, it'll just be a bit easier for you. Me. Actually, I don't remember a whole lot. Employee. Well, then you have to go. Laughs a little. Entitled mother. No, it's his fault that he forgot. He stays out here. Employee. Ma'am, I would like to ask you to leave, but me and the rest of the class are going into the discussion room now. Now, the employee takes all of us into the discussion room, and as I walk through the lockable door, the entitled mother grabs my shoulder and almost dislodges it in an attempt to pull me back. Entitled mother. You stay here. Teacher and employee. Let him go. Entitled mother. No, he stays. Now this is where the daughter steps in. Kid. Mom, stop making such a big scene. Entitled mother in a much nicer voice as to not frighten her little God-sent angel. No, sweetie, you go with the employee. Kid. Not until you let him go. Now I almost start crying because, 1, it hurt a lot. This entitled mother had long fake nails. And 2, I thought nobody would understand and be nice to me if they knew I was actually 14 and not 13. Entitled mother, oh, you want me to let him go? Okay then, sweetie, don't forget to have fun. And then she just leaves like, what? As soon as her daughter told her to let go, she did. And I was honestly astounded by that. I never did cry, and I never got bullied or anything for having to repeat a grade. I later found out the mother had done that because the daughter had a crush on me, and the parent did not want me, and they're talking about shenanigans with their daughter, whom happened to like me. TLDR, too lazy to read. EM tells me I can't go to a puberty talk with my class because I had already been there once and she didn't want me in there with her daughter. Okay, all in all, yeah, this mother is very rude. Like, seriously. Okay, so 2 quick things before this story starts. 1, the title of the story is entitled Mother Tries to Kidnap Me. But I forgot to add that in the screenshot. And 2nd, the person who wrote this made a ton of grammatical errors. So if the story kind of doesn't make sense, you can blame it on them. Oh wait, you can't, because it does show their name. I gotcha there. Okay, so anyways, let's start. No, I should defiantly say this before I start the story. This happened to me when I was only 1 year old, and all the information of this story comes directly from my parents' experience, since I was too young to remember this. Anyway, enjoy the story. So my parents and I was in a stroller, were at the mall one day. My mom was just going there to pick up some baby stuff. My dad was shopping for other things. When a woman came up to us, my mom told me that she looked like she had herself a 5 to 6 year old with her at the moment. My dad was shopping, so it was just me and my mom. By what my mom tells me, she just kept going on and on about how adorable that her daughter wants a baby so badly, as a tradition we call entitled parent EB, and my mom M. The entitled parent started saying that it was probably a burden on her and my dad, and that she should go out and live her life without the hassle of a kid with you. Mom started laughing because she thought it was a joke. She didn't ask, "You're joking, right?" The entitled parent said no. "No, I'm serious. My daughter really wants a baby brother, and it was hard enough to push this one out. So I thought I can take this little guy off your hands." At this point, my mom was dumbfounded and couldn't even reply. She then tried to, no joke, take the stroller handles out of my mom's hands and literally kidnap me. Someone passing by saw the commotion of my mom and entitled parent struggling with the stroller and asked what's going on. My mom, obviously furious, said that the entitled parent was trying to kidnap me. Okay, I know this part of the story will sound cliche to this sub, but I swear, according to my mom, this actually happened. Okay, the guy who intervened, G for short. Guy, is everything alright, ladies? Mom, this bitch is trying to steal my babies. Entitled parent, no, you're trying to steal my baby. When my mom heard this, she was furious and started screaming slurs at her, calling her a whore, etc. By now, there were too many people watching my mom and the entitled parent make a fool themselves. At this point, my dad comes back and sees my mom and entitled parent was still trying to take the stroller. Both me and entitled parent's kid are bawling at this point. He tried to break up the fighting with the help of the random guy, and they both do successfully. He then asks what's happening. The entitled parent starts saying that my mom was trying to steal her baby. Now, knowing that my dad, he says that I am my mom's baby. Because, well, I was. Now, finally, security showed up, and by now my mom was starting to calm down. But the entitled parent started screaming at security that her baby was trying to be kidnapped, even though there was plenty of spectators that were in my mom's favor. My mom gives her the side of the story and talks to the spectators. The crowd was even with the same people thinking that I was EP's child, and the other people saying that they've been watching since the situation escalated. But my dad was proof enough that I was my parents' baby because he explained everything to security. So now, entitled parent got kicked out, still saying that it was her baby, and that she'll see my mom in court. She never did anything, and my mom didn't either. Well, that was an interesting encounter. Okay, so before this story begins, I just want to say that me being me, yeah, I forgot to add in the whatchamacallit, the title again. So yeah, I don't remember what the title was, but anyways, let's go into the story. Edit, I am recounting what I've been told from my mother, father, aunt, and other people in the community where I used to live. I really only remember the last time I saw this woman and a few instances with her kids. Obviously, since I was 2 to 3 in one part of the story, I don't remember much. However, I do remember the last time I stayed at this woman's house because little me got extremely homesick. Unfortunately, this is a true story, and there are other stories of a person in my family linked to quote unquote torture and abuse of his coworkers, along with him just being an a-hole. But that's a different story of entitlement altogether. Okay, so when I was born in a fairly small community where everyone knew everyone. My mom moved there from another province to work as a nurse, and my dad was the town's undertaker. A month after I was born, my mom married my dad and sold her house to move in with him. I was conceived out of wedlock, so I got to go to my parents' wedding and be the center of attention. The whole town was invited. However, there was an accident killing 2 teenagers the day before, so most people were mourning. And my dad was a little ticked off after learning that he'd have to go the day after his wedding when his family was in town. After the wedding, one of the women from the wedding, I'll call her entitled mother, was getting close to my mom and befriending her. Entitled mother, although she had 2 kids of her own, who she wasn't particularly fond of, was fractured with me. She claimed I was a beautiful child and that I deserved the best. My mom agreed, and they became friends and drinking buddies. What my mom didn't know is that the entitled mother was one backstabbing female dog. That I'm just gonna go with female dog. I grew up for the first years on my life spending a lot of time at their house. Her daughter, we'll call her AD, wasn't very fond of me, usually excluded me from playing with her. However, her younger brother, we'll call him B, was pretty good with tiny me and was quite calm and seemed to enjoy my company. I believe I was around the age of 2 or 3, so I don't remember a lot from when I hung out with them. They lived across the street from my dad's house, and their kids would often come over and ask to play. Around this time, my aunt came over to talk to my mom, and it went something like this. Aunt, Mom, you understand EM's motives here, right? My mom, huh? What do you mean? She wants my name. My mom, what do you mean? The entitled mother is so sweet. She takes me out for drinks and girls' nights and insists she pays. She babysits me when I can't find a sitter. She's great. That's what she's doing. When you leave, she says you're an alcoholic who asks people for money. My mom was shocked but didn't really believe my aunt, so she went on her way. But my aunt came forward about more stuff about her, telling her that she had been saying stuff like, I'd make a much better mother for my name. My name, or I, should belong to her. She deserves the best, and so on. This was coming from a lady who abused the kids she had. She didn't just threaten them, though. She called child services on my mother, and we had them at her door quite a lot for her complaints. The last time I ever stayed at her house was after I had moved cities. My mom dropped me off there, and I was going to be staying 2 nights and 3 days. All was fine and dandy for the first night. I was allowed to call my mother and say goodnight until the second night came. I had gotten pretty homesick and expressed my want to go home. Entitled mother did not like this and actually refused to let me call my mom as a 3 to 4-year-old. I wasn't very good without my mom, and I have always been very attached to my mom, and that experience was one of the reasons why I had a hard time being away from her. Anyways, I go to bed crying and wanting to talk to my mother because I really didn't feel comfortable spending another night. In fact, I was kind of scared as I had never been away from my parents at that time. But again, she refuses, so I was a little distraught, but went to bed. Anyways, I had a few nightmares that night, which were probably because I was scared. I woke up sobbing the next morning. Later that afternoon, we went to a fancy party at the city hall. When we got back in the late afternoon, my mom was there, and I was thankful to see her again. I hugged her and got buckled into my car seat before we began our 2-hour drive to get home. My mom was asked why I didn't call the night before, and I told her everything. She was more than a little pissed off and stopped their friendship. More people told my mom what she had said, and my mom was enraged. My mom found out that the entitled mother had made a lot of complaints about my parents and told people they didn't deserve me. She has pictures of me and she treated me like her child because she wanted to be my mother. In the end, my mom never talked to her again, and she sent emails to my mom when I was around 9 to 10 and 6 to 7 years old, and we still haven't opened them. Yeah, good on you for not opening them. Anyways, I think I have one more story. If not, then I guess I'll end the video here. And as I expected, yep, I had no more stories left, so this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed these stories, and if you really like them, make sure to hit the thumbs up down below. If this gets more thumbs up, then... Okay, let's set a goal, actually. If this gets over 20 thumbs up, then I guess I'll do another Reddit Stories one. Yeah, that'll be about it. See you guys.